So, I mean, what I get from it, Bri, as well, from what you're speaking on, is primarily you're more outcome focused and result focused and getting the job done focused over how many hours is actually being spent on a specific task, right? Instead of exchanging time for money, you're just like, let me get the job done, my specific task done, the outcomes, the results. Extract whatever revenue, profit may come from that in terms of a business and go on about my day, whether it's me working on other things that I have a passion around or even just going to enjoy my life, right? Things that I just enjoy doing. Instead of saying, I have to sit here for 8, 10, 12 plus hours a day when specific jobs and tasks may not even take 8, 10, 12 hours a day. That's basically where you're going with that.
That's exactly what it is. And like I said, again, no knock at it.
Right.
Because if you don't have an idea to put out there and do what you do. Because you got to do it.
Right.
You know what I mean? But if you got something that you want to do or something that you see that can, that you can build, try it. You know what I mean? You have nothing to lose. That's all I say. That's how I view it.
Gotcha.
You got nothing to lose.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But if this your only way of seeing the way that you need to feeding your family, to taking care of your bills, do that job. No knock from me. Not at all.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Because I work jobs.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Right.
I've worked jobs. It's just where I'm at now in life, I see differently.
Hey, let me ask you this, Bri. I mean, being that you worked jobs, like you said, in the past, and you had a stable career for many years, especially, of course, working overseas and things of that nature, when do you think is a great time for a person to potentially maybe look at to transitioning into doing their own business and maybe even going full time in business over working a job based off some of your experiences?
So I would say to that, if you do have a job, continue that job. And if you got a vision, do your job and that vision at the same time.
Right.
So, a lot of people go to work for 8 hours, you get off, and then you got this many hours to do whatever you choose to do.
Right.
If you can do them 8 hours and then take that other time and do your own business, that's how you should start.
Right.
That's how you gotta start, my opinion.
Exactly.
You know what I mean?
Exactly.
You gotta sacrifice that fun time for your own business.
Yep.
For your personal goals.
I agree.
So you do the 8 hours for what you gotta do.
Yep.
And then the rest of the hours you do because this is what you wanna do. This is what you wanna see grow.
Exactly.
So to me, if you have an idea you wanna do, keep the job. Grow the business on the side. You know what I mean? Now when you get to a point where this business is making the same as the income you would have here, and you got the option, do what you feel best. I'm not gonna tell you what to do.
Right. Yeah.
If you feel you got it in you to keep on going, then do what you need to do because that time and that freedom. However, you're not gonna have nothing just wanting it.
Right.
You gotta do stuff.
Exactly.
You gotta move towards it.
100%.
You gotta not be scared to put yourself out there.
Right.
And be told no.
Yeah.
You know how many no's I got in my life?
Many here too.
How many no's?
Many here.
Man.
Yeah.
Super disappointing, but that's part of this.
Gotta keep pushing. That's part of the journey.
Entrepreneurship journey.
Right.
You gotta. Hey man, some people don't see what you got going on, and they can't see your vision. But that don't mean it's a bad vision.
Exactly.
Keep on going.
Yep.
To me, the ones that make it are the ones that don't stop.
Exactly.
In all aspects.
Right.
And I know I speak a lot about entertainment.
Yeah.
Man, some of the worst rappers, they just don't quit.
Right.
And then eventually be like, he is talking about something.
Yep.
And so
Exactly.
So just in general.
Yep.
When you're looking at it from all aspects.
Yep.
Just because people don't see your vision right now don't mean it's a bad vision. They just can't see what you see.
And I'm gonna tell you this. I'm gonna share a quick story real quick. So a little bit about my personal journey. I started in business in my early 20s. Bri, of course, knows that. And when I started in business, my first company, which Bri actually was a partner in that company, was an entertainment company called Hiatus Productions Incorporated. And we pretty much ran and operated like a label. We did management. We threw events, parties, the whole nine. When I started that company as the founder, I was literally going to school at the time. I was a full-time college student. I was at FAMU, then I came back to Georgia State later on. I worked a job at the same time. So I was going to school, working a job, and I was doing the entertainment business. I can tell you this, I didn't have time for a lot of social activities outside of what I was doing in the entertainment business. I didn't have time for a lot of social activities. To be quite frank with you, I had to sacrifice time with certain family and even certain friends for about a year. When I came back to Atlanta and I was going to Georgia State, I was actually going to Georgia State, working at Turner Field, which was the Braves Stadium at the time, and I was doing the entertainment business for a whole year. I averaged, I'm telling you this, and I'm not saying I recommend this, but I'm just telling you my experience. I averaged on many nights, like around 4 hours of sleep on many nights, because my life was centered around school. I had to do my schoolwork, which is I did graduate, by the way, and got a business degree and concentration in marketing. I had to go to work, and I had to run the entertainment business at the same time. Average 4 hours of sleep.
How old you were?
Early 20s. That's what I can say. It was early 20s.
20s.
Early 20s. Yeah, this is like 2009, 2010 or so.
You were 20, 21.
Right. Yeah, I'm like in that age range, right? And I'm going to tell you this. After making the sacrifice for about a year, because I was throwing parties, which generated me a lot of income every week, I went full-time in business. That was after 1 year of sacrifice. That's for me. I'm not saying that goes for everybody. That was for me. So it's about what are you willing to sacrifice? And one thing I tell you, like Bri say, a lot of people did not believe in our vision when we was in the entertainment business. Used to laugh at us and crack jokes and all kind of stuff. But later on, when we started to do our thing, we had to ask, who's the joke on now, right? A lot of favors were being asked from us at that particular time, right? Yeah. So my whole thing is, like Bri said, you gotta, for one, yes, if you got a steady flow of income coming in from a job, continue to do that. If you have a vision, something you're passionate about, want to start a business, go on and get it going as well. Don't procrastinate. Do it alongside your job, right? Work your 9 to 5, work your business 5 to 9, right? And over time, you start to generate revenue, you start to generate profit, your business starts to grow. Over months, consistently. Don't quit your job immediately because you're making some money. Consistently, then you potentially can look at your exit plan for that job, right? Just making sure you're good first, though. That's what I would say there. Because businesses do have their ups and downs. They all have roller coasters at times. So just making sure it's consistent and predictable. Hello, this is G Bass. Rise of the 1%. Rise Media. We on this Saturday evening about to get ready to knock out some podcast episodes with some individuals here in the city of Atlanta making some big moves. You can see here, look, this is how it goes down. Here when our guests come and sit down with myself, G Bass, other Rise of 1% of Rise Media, to have that conversation, to share the story, share the journey, share what you got going on. So listen, everybody got a story, everybody got a journey, and then you got some things going on, then you definitely can get with us and see if it'll be a fit to be on the Rise of 1% podcast and actually have that discussion with myself. It's going to be a link to a form you can fill out. You said www.theriseofthe1%.com/pod-form. Again, www.theriseofthe1%.com/pod-form. It's going to be in this video. You can fill that out. And we can see if it'll be a fit for you to come on and have that conversation with myself. If you don't fill out the form, then obviously it's not for you, and that's fine. We're looking for those that's serious. Those that's serious about rising to the top 1% are already in the 1%. That's what we're looking to sit down with myself right here. As you can see, Rise Media, Rise of the 1%. This is how we get down. We have a great time and have a lot of fun doing it. So once again, if you're serious, make sure you fill out the form. We'll look over the form, see if it's a fit. If it's a fit, we'll reach out. If not, we won't reach out. We'll just continue to move forward. But with that said, G Bass. See you soon. Have a great one on purpose.